Picture this. Your VLLM box is humming, traffic's up, and suddenly your latency graph looks like a seismograph. Same GPUs, same model, same code, so why do your inter-token latencies randomly spike the second concurrency climbs? Here's the thing nobody tells you. You've been treating prefill and decode like one job. They're not. One's crunching flops, the other's starving for memory bandwidth, and they're fighting for the same silicon. The fix isn't a bigger node, it's splitting the work. Here's the stakes. You scale concurrency on your VLLM node, and suddenly your latency graph looks like a seismograph. Fine, fine. Then a spike nobody can explain. That's not a config bug. That's prefill and decode fighting over the same GPU. One compute bound, one memory bound, and neither one packing down. Get the diagnosis wrong, and you'll throw more hardware at a problem hardware can't fix. You'll over-provision one phase, starve the other, and still miss your latency SLO in production. This isn't a someday problem. It's already showing up in your P99. Okay, so what are your actual options here? Option 1. Stay monolithic, keep tuning batch sizes and hope the ITL spikes calm down. They won't. Prefill and decode are fighting over the same GPU for fundamentally different reasons. Option 2. Full multi-node disaggregation. But naive cross-cluster KV transfer can cost you 27 to over 100 milliseconds over RDMA, which can erase the win entirely. Option 3, the one nobody talks about. Disaggregate within a single 8 GPU node. Prefill on 4 GPUs, decode on 4. KV cache moving over NVLink, basically free. And here's the part that trips people up. This doesn't boost throughput. It buys you predictability and independent scaling instead. So how do you actually decide? 3 questions. 1. Is your ITL spiking under concurrency, not your throughput? That's the disaggregation signal. It fixes interference, not raw speed. So if you need more tokens per second, look elsewhere first. 2. Do prefill and decode traffic actually drift independently for you? If prompt lengths or cache hit rates swing, locking them into one fixed ratio wastes GPUs on one side. 3. Check your KV transfer cost. Over NVLink, it's nearly free. Over RDMA, you're looking at 70 to 100 milliseconds. Get that wrong and you've made things worse. Here's the actual recommendation. Don't wait for a multi-node cluster to do this. Split prefill and decode on the same 8 GPU box you already have. 4 GPUs for prefill, 4 for decode, a proxy routing traffic between them, that's it. Why does this work? Because prefill is compute bound and decode is memory bandwidth bound. And jamming both on one GPU is exactly what's causing your latency spikes under load. And one thing people get wrong, this isn't a throughput trick. VLLM's own docs say so. The win is predictability, isolation, independent scaling. That's the fix. So here's your actual next step. Don't go buy a second node. Check your ITL spikes first. If they show up under concurrency, that's prefill and decode fighting over the same GPU, not a capacity problem. Start small. Split one 8 GPU box into a prefill pool and a decode pool. Put a proxy in front and measure the interference drop before you touch throughput numbers at all. If that fixes your latency curve, then and only then talk about scaling prefill and decode independently across nodes.